Hi, my name's Phil. I like to talk about politics, and this viewer's choice, I'll be discussing the latest economic assessment of Brexit, which reveals that it will, after just a few short years, already have cost the UK more than all the money it has ever spent on the EU in nearly half a century, and how that cost is going to hit £200 billion this year and continue to grow. But first, if you'd like to receive notifications of daily news and political commentary, please subscribe to the channel and click the bell notification icon. So, a study by Bloomberg Economics has calculated the cost of Brexit so far to be £130 billion. That's based on how far the UK economy has lagged behind similar economies which we should have been keeping pace with, and we would have done under ordinary circumstances. The calculations also suggest that 2020 will cost us another £70 billion, bringing the total up to £200 billion. Now, the House of Commons Library has calculated that the UK has contributed a total of £215 billion to the EU budget in the 47 years that we've been a member. Of course, that has been adjusted for inflation. The actual sum is much, much smaller. Now, that would mean that 2021 would see our loss to the economy overtake the total amount of money that the UK has ever paid into the EU based on our membership. But when you bear in mind the money we get back directly, and I'm not talking about indirectly, we can look at that in a moment, in terms of, say, subsidies and EU projects in the UK, then we'll have overtaken our real contributions much sooner as well. And so one of the main lies about Brexit is brought into sharp relief. We all remember the bus telling us that the NHS would be the beneficiary of the money that we'd supposedly be saving from EU membership contributions, as if it's really money saved at all. I mean, money saved is when you do without something that doesn't contribute to your income, like not getting a takeaway at the weekend or not going on holiday. But I always likened the membership savings as like a worker giving up their job in order to save on the petrol that they use to get to work. Money invested is not a cost. If you get more money back than you pay in, it's not a cost. And it would be easy for someone still mindlessly defending the economic Brexit arguments to say, well, we haven't reached that point yet, have we? And maybe we won't. You don't know that. But that argument is as blinkered as every other Brexit argument. The fact is that that's just putting it into sharp relief by saying, oh, it's about to become more than it's ever been. But we're talking about a £130 billion loss since 2016. Now, since 2016, our total EU net contributions have been a little over 30 billion, and it is just over 30 billion. So that's a net loss of about 100 billion to our economy over that period of time where you can actually compare them. In other words, over 3 times what we put in. And that is a good measure of the indirect benefits of paying in. That just demonstrates the investment. We invest about £30 billion, we get back £130 billion, based on other economies like France and Germany, for example. And the amount lost has been increasing as we've become more and more insane in our interpretation of Brexit. I mean, it used to mean just giving up membership, but remaining firmly committed to the single market. Of course, we weren't going to leave the single market. Brexit campaign groups frequently talked about us adopting the relationship that Norway or Switzerland has with the EU. Now it's become more like adopting the relationship of Narnia. And since the general election results, which you might have thought would have led to a bit of the so-called Boris bounce, a bit more confidence, if you really believe that it's only the fact that we hadn't left the EU that was causing all this economic damage. But no, investor confidence has dropped even further since the general election result. And for all the cries about Airbus, what about Airbus? They've said they're now going to stay. It's a vague commitment to remain in the UK after Brexit, which hasn't turned into a commitment of actual investment. There have been companies that have been closing by the dozen. The number of companies that have been leaving the UK is drowning out all those who say they are going to stay. And I haven't seen any signs of those who say they will actually stay showing us the money. Where are their investments then? It's all right saying you're going to stay. That's not a commitment. A commitment is like when you say, right, over the next 5 or 10 years, our company is going to be developing this new product. Here is the money we're investing in this country. Where is it? It's not there. It's just words at the moment. Like, take Kent yesterday. There's a factory there that manufactures car parts, and it has announced that it is closing now with a loss of 300 jobs. Where's the announcement of rival companies building factories with the creation of jobs? It's all very well saying, oh, well, you know, these things, factories close down all the time. They don't close down all the time. They every now and then close down, but then you get other ones being built up. We're getting them closing down en masse. We're not getting the new ones being built. The only action is out of the country and out of our economy, with no increase in the inward investment to balance it, let alone overtake it. And that's why the economy is going to continue to lose from Brexit. We don't have to wait and see. Never mind this wait and see. We're seeing it right now. If factories close and other ones do not open to replace them, to these 300 people losing their jobs, where's the factory opening up with 300 jobs that they can do? It's not there. You know, that means we're not producing as much. There's a net loss in manufacturing. That means a net loss in production. If we don't produce as much, then we can't sell as much. And that's without even considering the challenges of trying to sell the reduced amount that we are producing when Boris Johnson fails to negotiate the trade deals that we need. Coming back only with the only trade deal we don't want, the US trade deal, which is designed to increase our imports, for which we pay, but reduce our exports, for which we make money. Oh, and in case you're wondering, yeah, that constituency that is waking up now to the news that one of its factories with the loss of 300 jobs is about to disappear from its economy, did indeed vote Conservative in the general election, and by a massive amount as well. And I can guarantee that some of the workers at that factory over the last few weeks will have been openly talking about how they voted Tory to get Brexit done. I wonder what they're saying now. I wonder what they're thinking now. So I hope you found the video interesting. If you did, don't forget to click the like button. If you'd like to support the channel further, then please also click the Patreon link for details. And if you'd like to contribute to the viewer's choice decisions in future, then please click the channel name and then click on the community tab. Until next time, I'll see you later.